If you come from a poor family background and you want to start up a auto detailing business, but you're also broke with no money and no assets, what are you going to do from here on out? I'm going to share with you guys my own personal journey of exactly how I started my business from the ground up with no business partners, no loans, no investors. Before I began to work on the business aspect side, first there was something I had to do internally. Everyone have different reasons why they want to start a business, but at the end of the day, we all want to be financially stable to take care of ourselves and our families. If you're 110% serious about going through with your decision, you have to conquer and commit with your whole very being, not just your body, but also put your heart into it as well as your mind. For me personally, this was my dream. At a young age, I figured out what I liked to do, what I was truly passionate about, and I wanted to be my own boss so bad that I thought about it every single day. In my mind, all I was thinking about was, I'm going to get a job in an industry that's somewhat related to auto detailing, and I'm going to work there for a certain amount of years to earn enough money and to learn enough knowledge so I could eventually quit the job and start my own business. My brain was constantly planning out what I needed to accomplish and earn each and every year that I stayed at the job. I had this deadline planned out in my mind that once I reached this year, I will be ready to move on. My initial plan was to stay for 5 years, but we all know that life doesn't happen that way. I ended up staying for 7 years. Now that I chose to get a job and temporarily work for someone else to build up my knowledge and experience, what happens next, you might ask? This was my first full-time job at age 20. I didn't know shit about the auto body shop industry. At that time, I was strictly hired for moving cars from department to department and wash cars to get it ready for delivery. Looking back, I probably did this for at least my whole entire first year. When I joined the body shop back in 2010, business was good. And I mean good by I had to wash and clean anywhere from 4 to 8 cars a day during my 8-hour shift. At the end of the day, my back was soaking wet. Nah, like no one sprayed water at me because I'm a spraying back. It was pure sweat from wearing the coverall uniform and just working hard. After the first year went by, I started to ask myself, I didn't sign up for this. I'm not going to be washing cars all day, every day, the rest of my time here. I started to get mad because management wasn't giving me any other opportunities at that time, and I still haven't gotten a raise yet. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to talk to them about letting me do something different so that I can get a dollar to $2 raise as well. I can't be doing things extremely efficient now after being here for 1 year and make the same pay. In my mind, I wasn't happy. I wasn't making enough progress, nor was I happy with the wage. The very next day, I went up to my boss and asked him if you have 15 minutes so I can talk to you. Usually when an employee asks that question, it's either you're quitting or you're looking for a raise. For me, it was neither because I wanted to talk to my boss about how I was doing and what I can do to help the company make more money. In return, I can ask for my raise once I met those requirements. During our one-on-one time, I told him what was on my mind. I wasn't happy just washing cars, and I wanted to do something else in addition to washing cars. The boss asked me what I was interested in learning next, and before I met him up, I already knew what I wanted to learn next. I've been reading on the auto detailing forums about how the rotary machine is a dangerous tool to use, but is very effective in certain situations if mastered. I worked side by side with my teacher in a 2-car stall, 8 hours a day for roughly 18 months before I finally mastered it. I thanked my teacher, and by then I almost worked at the shop for 3 years. I asked my boss for a meeting and let him know I was thankful and appreciative of the opportunities. I learned a lot and made a lot of mistakes by burning anywhere from 50 to 80 cars under my belt. Once again, I asked them to let me learn another department and I needed another raise. Pretty much, I repeated this strategy over and over each and every year. I took the initiative to say, hey, I believe I'm stagnant, not growing anymore. What else can I learn that's involved in running a successful business? I continue to grow, I continue to develop, I continue to be more understanding and more mature, absorbing in as much as I can with my environment. Now that you've mentally made a decision to go after your dream, you have stable income coming in from your day job. How do you allocate your funds to start your business? Every single person have bills to pay. Some more, some less. Regardless, everyone have bills to pay. Each week, I would put aside enough to anticipate my next expense that was coming up. Whatever was left over from the check, I would invest 25 to 50% of it into my own business. In the beginning stages, you will be buying a lot of chemicals to try out because human nature likes options. And there are a lot of products on the market. You will also invest into tools that's required to perform services. That will take up a lot of the funds as well. Simply put, you can only offer services tailored to whatever is in your current arsenal. If you have chemicals but no tools, then stick to wash and wax or interior services. You won't be able to offer any paint polishing until you buy the machine, the chemicals, the pads, the towels, etc. I repeated this process for the 3 years of my part-time detailing while I was still working my full-time job at the body shop. Income comes in, pay the bills, invest into the business, and grow. As you continue to build up your arsenal, hopefully you will already have some customers paying for your services. Let's say I get 4 wash and wax customers per month. That's 4 out of the 8 available days on the weekends. The income I earned on those 4 jobs, 100% of it gets invested back into the business. I don't pay myself anything on it. I need to continue to let it snowball and get bigger and bigger with momentum. If I paid myself, that will slow down my business's overall growth rate. You want to purchase more and more inventory as your business slowly grows. If you're like me, I didn't have a couple $100s to make one big purchase at a time. It would be like 100 here and 100 there each order or restock of chemicals. There's no set timeline of how long you need to stay at your full-time job before you quit. Everyone learns at a different pace, and that's okay. This is not a race with anyone but with yourself. If you're able to quit earlier because your business is growing fast, then that's cool. But if you're like me with very slow progress with my business, then it's going to take a bit longer before it's financially wise to quit and leave behind a stable check every week. Whatever you do, just be patient. Progress takes time. Fast results just strokes your ego. Slow results makes you appreciate it more. As well as you get to learn more when progress comes at a slower pace. You understand the mistakes you made, then take time to reflect on it, then correct that mistake. But if everything is going good within a short window and a problem comes up, you might not know how to handle it properly from there.